Hi guys, it's Ollie from Sizable Games here. It's been a while since I've shown any progress on Cyglide. So Cyglide's kind of been on hiatus for the longest time, and it's only in the past maybe 2 months that I've picked it back up. So this is kind of like a 70% rewrite so far. I haven't got it quite up to feature parity with the old version, but you should notice that visually it's a lot nicer and everything's a lot smoother, but there's still work to be done. The performance should be good as well, because it's using the new Unity job system to generate the vertex data, so this will be improved. The performance is only going to increase. It's already pretty good. This current iteration, it's not optimal, but this could run a lot better. It's already running fine though, so yeah. So you'll notice a couple of things. We've added in a grass shader here for the grass. One of the more noticeable things is you'll notice that the edges are all smooth now. And this is a benefit from the job system, is we can spend time to do things like detect and smooth edges on our geometry, which I think that's turned out really nice. We've also just got like room for more layers, so we've got like this kind of like sea layer, like a water layer, and we've got like a ground happening here. There's just more we can do with it. Now the current environment has been kind of like, it's a test environment. It's not really using all of the features of the new version, so this will get better in time, this environment in particular. Now we're only really spawning 2 types of objects, that's trees and flowers at the moment. So the spawner actually needs a little bit more work, but it's working for now. We've got a way to draw instances of meshes, which is a lot more efficient on the CPU and GPU, but at the moment we're just spawning all of these as new game objects, and the idea will be to have things like flowers that aren't collidable, anything which you can kind of fly through, that would be drawn as an instanced mesh, and that's just going to save a lot more performance. So the draw distance, now it can be improved dramatically from what we can see at the moment. I might increase it a bit, but we're generating quite a lot of information here. I'm gonna just pause play mode for a second, and if we have a look at the scene, so let's go to the scene. You can see we're kind of generating a lot of area here. If I go into map and disable the clouds, so you guys can have a better look. You see we're generating quite a lot of detail here. Now, because these are smoothed, the edges are kind of like, it looks smoother, and the normals are being generated a lot more efficiently. So if we have a look at the wireframe, shaded wireframe, now obviously this mesh here is kind of being subdivided in a compute shader, so it's not like a good example. But if we have a look at what's going on here, like, it's very kind of simple geometry. In general, the triangle counts are actually very low. One of the issues with the performance issues with Cyglide at the moment is we're using just grass shaders everywhere, and really we don't need to be doing that. We really need to do a distance in front of the character. The grass shader is probably the most expensive thing here, but it's all happening on the GPU. So if we go, I'm just gonna re-enable the clouds again. If you excuse me for 1 second, just re-enable that there. So I've added a new feature, and that's like a little blaster here for Omega, the glider. And you'll actually notice that the physics for Omega has changed quite a lot. It's a bit more agile and fast. It's using like a rigid body physics rather than just make your own physics. It took a bit of wrangling, and it's going to require a bit more wrangling, but I'm happy with the kind of control we've got here. But yeah, if we go back to the blaster, you can see we've got like a kind of guided blaster, and that'll shoot where you're pointing. We've also got the target painter lock-on, and that's kind of just been implemented, but again, that works as before. This current version is missing quite a few features still, but the to-do list includes things like a camera effect for when you're going fast, just more kind of camera things. At the moment, like adding a really basic thing if you go under the water, like it will go blue. That's just like a little simple effect. But just more camera things, like when you go into the clouds, something similar should happen. We want more animation, like, so Omega's more reactive now than he has ever been, but on up and down I'd like to add in a bit more animation there. And when he's going faster, I'd like to do things like have his legs flail behind him or her or whatever it is, and that kind of thing. So I need to add in some proper audio. I've just got like a little loop in there at the moment, but some ambient sounds would be great. Damage and explosions for shooting things. What else have we got? So gravity again needs a bit of Omega doesn't have any gravity at the moment, so I might add in some kind of modifier for when he's going quite slowly, that Omega will kind of fall to the ground. And there's currently a crash on the exported player, and I believe this is because it's using the burst system, which is still experimental. So over the month of October, I'm planning to get this kind of to feature parity with the old version. So to kind of put how much this has changed into perspective, I'm just going to quickly switch to the old version, Cyglide, and if we have a look, I'll just maximize this on play. You'll see that, like, obviously the polygon count was a lot lower on this because of the way the data was being generated. But you know, we still have all of these kind of like niceties in here, and things like little detailed areas need to be added back in. Obviously, this environment's a little bit different. But yeah, I'd like to get things like, you know, animals back in there, make them look a bit better, just make everything kind of a bit better. And I think this, like, UI as well is maybe it's a bit too thick and big, which is why in the new version I'm trying to make the UI more minimal. On the subject of UI though, I do have a little sneak peek at some of the UI I was working on back in January, which is a long time ago. So it's been a while since I've been working on this project. So I think this is in here. Have a look. Nope, this one. Yeah, so this is like a little sneak peek into the UI, if you like. This should run. Let's have a look. So we've got like some simple UI, and again, this will probably be a lot smaller. Like, I think it's just a bit too big. Everything needs to be a bit more, yeah, just smaller in general. It's taking up a lot of the screen. I kind of like this UI here. It's quite nice. I quite like it. But yeah, we've got a couple of things going on here. It's honestly been a while since I've seen this. But yeah, so, I mean, work is happening on the UI as well. I've got some prototypes here I could probably show you. We've got things like a planet select option here. I believe that has a separate camera. Yes. I think it's this one. On this one? Yeah, so this has got like a kind of a separate camera, and this, again, it just all needs a bit of work, but the idea is you'll be able to kind of scroll through all of these planets in a universe, and each one you go into will be a bit unique and give you like a different missions and such. But yeah, so again, it's been a while since I've updated, and sorry about that, but at the moment at least, I do have time to work on this project, so I'm trying to make as much progress as I can. People who are on my Patreon, I'm going to try and get you guys a demo featuring all of the things I mean to fix in October. So maybe mid-October, expect that. It will be this version of the game with things like audio added, damage, shooting, that type of thing. But it'll still be more of a tech demo rather than a vertical slice. So I'm hoping towards the end of October and into November, I can get more of a kind of a vertical slice demo out to you all. That's obviously dependent on my workload. But yeah, thanks for watching, and thanks for being like supportive and stuff, guys. Really appreciate it, and I hope to show you guys more of Cyglide soon. Thanks.